Imagine living in a quiet village, surrounded by rice fields and jungle, and then suddenly, your home becomes the center of one of the most brutal wars in modern history. No clear front lines, no easy victories, just chaos, fear, and survival. This is the story of the Vietnam War from beginning to end. Before the war, Vietnam wasn't even fully in control of itself. It was part of a French colony known as French Indochina. For decades, the Vietnamese people lived under foreign rule. Resistance was growing. A man named Ho Chi Minh led the fight for independence, combining nationalism with communism. During World War II, Japan took control of Vietnam, weakening France's grip. After the war, Ho Chi Minh declared independence, but France refused to leave. This sparked the First Indochina War, which ended in 1954 at the Battle of Dien Bien Phu, a crushing defeat for France. Vietnam was free, but not united. Vietnam was split into two: the North, communist, led by Ho Chi Minh, and the South, anti-communist, backed by the United States. This division came from the Geneva Accords. The plan was simple: temporary separation, followed by elections. But those elections never happened. The United States feared the domino theory, believing that if one country became communist, others would follow. So tensions escalated. At first, the United States sent money, weapons, and advisors. But everything changed in 1964. After the Gulf of Tonkin Incident, President Lyndon B. Johnson dramatically increased U.S. involvement. Soon, hundreds of thousands of American soldiers were fighting in Vietnam. But this wasn't a traditional war. There were no clear front lines and no obvious enemy. The Viet Cong used guerrilla tactics, ambushes, tunnels, and surprise attacks, making it feel like fighting an invisible enemy. For soldiers, Vietnam was unpredictable and terrifying. Every step in the jungle could be dangerous, and the environment itself felt hostile. For civilians, it was even worse, as villages were destroyed and families were caught in the middle. Then came a major turning point. In 1968, the Tet Offensive shocked the world, a massive, coordinated assault across South Vietnam. Although it was pushed back militarily, it had a huge psychological impact, causing many people to question whether the war could be won. Back in the United States, massive protests broke out, with students, activists, and veterans speaking against the war. Many believed it was unnecessary, or unwinnable. Tensions reached a breaking point with the Kent State shootings, where protesting students were killed, further dividing the nation. By the early 1970s, the United States began withdrawing troops under President Richard Nixon, who introduced Vietnamization, handing responsibility to South Vietnam. In 1973, the Paris Peace Accords were signed, and American troops left. But the war continued. Without U.S. support, South Vietnam struggled, and in 1975, the North captured Saigon in the Fall of Saigon, unifying Vietnam under communist rule. The war lasted nearly 20 years, with millions of Vietnamese deaths and over 58,000 American soldiers killed. But its impact went far beyond the battlefield. It changed how wars are reported, how governments are trusted, and how people view power. The Vietnam War was not just a conflict between North and South. It was a clash of ideologies, a test of limits, and a reminder that not all wars have clear winners. If you want more entire history breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe. Because history isn't just the past, it helps us understand the present.